It was supposed to be a battle of wit and strategy on a night when two experienced legislators, one a former boss of the other, were expected to go toe-to-toe in what promised to be a tight race for speakership in Ghana's 8th Parliament. Both the National Democratic Congress and New Patriotic Party had claimed to be in the majority, even before the dissolution of the 7th Parliament, giving an indication of the drama to expect at the birth of the 8th. Now, the progress of the night's business, however, rested on the shoulders of one man. Manuel Kranting reports on how Cyril Kwabena-Oting-Nsia, who had been Clerk of Parliament for barely 2 years, had to face the toughest test of any of his predecessors in the Fourth Republic.
Oh God, grant us a vision of our country, a country of brotherhood, where all success shall be founded on service, a country of peace, where government shall rest on the will of the people and the love for the common good. Bless the efforts of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality.
Excerpts of the prayer that sets the tone for what will go down in history as perhaps the most unforgettable night in Ghana's parliament. What's more, it was said by the clerk of the House, Cyril Kwabena-Oting-Nsia, who was in for his most challenging task yet since he became clerk in 2019. On the stroke of midnight, the 7th Parliament stood dissolved and the clerk, also a lawyer by profession, was ready. His job was to superintend over the election of the Speaker.
Pursuant to Standing Order 8.3, I, Cyril Kwabena-Oting-Nsia, Clerk to Parliament, acting as Chairman of the first sitting of Parliament, do invite you to this August sitting today, Thursday, the 7th day of January 2021 at 7 minutes after midnight for the purpose of electing a speaker and administering the oaths of office.
The next 12 hours after this statement would reveal what many have described as the failure of the clerk to keep a leash on the 275 MPs elect who were clearly divided on who the next Speaker of the House should be. First, a fiery query on whether or not his office had been served the order of the Cape Coast High Court barring Asin North MP-elect James Gyakye from being sworn in.
I want to find out from you, Mr. Chair, whether or not you have received a court order in respect of a plaint by Michael Ankuma Nina, which order makes reference to any person on the list as you provided.
This debate over his attempt to deny Mr. Gyakye the opportunity to vote would drag for hours, even though it also meant he was every now and then accorded the high office of Speaker.
Service could be served on the Clerk of Parliament, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman. In this argument that is on the floor of Parliament, Mr. Speaker, on this argument that is on the floor of Parliament, if you listen to the argument just raised by Honorable Ayariga, it is in contravention of Article 117. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman.
The pressure on him to make a pronouncement on the way forward was telling. At least, it wasn't lost on Parliament's Director of Public Affairs, Kate Addo, who reached out to rub his back in a bid to calm him. But that was not enough to save him from the night, which was only to get more chaotic and grueling. From vandalizing ballot screens to snatching a ballot box, the MPs will not oblige the signal of his gavel, even with the presence of the army. He will be accused of not being firm enough and blamed for everything that happened on the night by the same MPs who refused to yield to his authority. But in the end, the job was done and history was made. Under the supervision of Cyril Kwabena-Oting-Nsia, Parliament elected the first member of the opposition to the high office of Speaker.
I have the honor to declare Honorable Alban Kingsford Sumana Bagbin as Speaker-elect. Yeah.
That's it for the AM News with me, Mapisa CBD. The AM show continues, so stay tuned.